for a genuinely huge time period, experts have been amped up for investigating space to uncover what lies beyond our planetary bundle. However, the discovery of Oumuamua took space subject matter experts by surprise. They were unsure if it was an alien spaceship, a comet, an asteroid, or a completely unclassified object in an unexpected new development. Oumuamua has suddenly reappeared and is bestowing signs to Earth. What does this strange sign mean? Are we really on the verge of a paradigm shift? Join us on this astonishing journey as we delve into the mystery behind Oumuamua. This comes shortly after the emergence of advanced artificial intelligence and the theories proposed by Israeli-American theoretical physicist Avi Loeb in his groundbreaking book, Extraterrestrial. Loeb suggested a stunning perspective, proposing that Oumuamua was actually a particle probe sent from our planet, disguised as a mysterious flying object, potentially a dispatch from afar. You would think that the scientific community would embrace its alien origins, but the situation is more complicated than that. Before jumping into the implications of Oumuamua's sudden return and its potential messages to Earth, we need to explore its composition and origin. In the autumn of 2017, Robert Warwick discovered Oumuamua using the Pan-STARRS telescope at Haleakala Observatory in Hawaii. The appearance of this strange flying object triggered a fundamental shift in our understanding of space. What makes this object truly unique is that it's not Earth's first contribution to the unidentified flying object (UFO) phenomenon. Earth observers have reported various UFO sightings over the years, but few have been verified. Oumuamua, however, stands apart as one of the most intriguing and puzzling of all. When you hear the term UFO, you might think of flying saucers piloted by extraterrestrial beings with enormous, oval heads and slender forms. However, a UFO, or Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon, UAP, is a broad term that includes any strange flying object that hasn't been clearly identified, potentially originating from beyond our planet. The discovery of Oumuamua represents a long-anticipated moment for researchers. They had speculated and eagerly awaited such a groundbreaking event, hoping to solidify their beliefs about the existence of magnificent realms beyond our solar system. Oumuamua confirmed those assumptions. Initially, astronomers had expected a more standard, round, or irregularly shaped celestial body. However, after further investigation, it became evident that Oumuamua had the shape of a hot dog or possibly a cigar. Its size was relatively modest, measuring about 3,377 feet long, 364 feet wide, and 62 feet thick. While this might seem large for an interstellar object, it is relatively small in the grand scheme of the cosmos. The narrative of Oumuamua's discovery is as captivating as the object itself. On October 19, 2017, astronomers observed the strange object floating through our solar system. At that time, Oumuamua had been in motion for 40 days since its closest approach to the Sun and was a staggering 21 million miles from Earth, moving away from the Sun. To put this into perspective, that distance is roughly 3 times the span between the Moon and Earth. When Oumuamua was initially discovered, it was designated as 1I/2017 U1, initially thought to be a comet. However, it was later determined that the object had no visible tail, and when its extraterrestrial origin was confirmed, the name Oumuamua began to gain notoriety. This name reflects the belief that it's a messenger from space, which became even clearer with its return, during which it started sending puzzling signals to Earth. These signals were only recently captured by sophisticated telescopes on Earth after its first visit. Observations were conducted using advanced instruments like the Canada-France-Hawaii Telescope, CFHT, the Very Large Telescope, VLT, the Gemini South Telescope in Chile, and the Keck Observatory in Hawaii. Given its small size and faintness, Oumuamua posed a significant challenge for detection, especially as it was millions of miles away. When we last observed it, it had evaded notice in the data until it approached perihelion on September 9, 2017, when its brightness diminished to an apparent magnitude of around 13.5. As it continued to retreat from Earth, it became increasingly challenging to detect. By the end of October, its brightness had faded to an apparent magnitude of 23, rendering it nearly invisible. Analysis of Oumuamua's trajectory provides insight into its possible origin. According to astronomers, it appears to have come from the direction of Vega, a star in the Lyra constellation. The object's orbital irregularity, measuring around 1.20, is the most significant ever observed. But what does this orbital peculiarity imply? With an orbital eccentricity that exceeds the Sun's escape velocity, Oumuamua is unbound and will exit our solar system. This suggests that it is indeed an interstellar object originating from a distant planetary system, many light-years from our own. Various hypotheses have been proposed by experts to explain the origin of this astonishing object. Let's explore these theories as we dive deeper into the mysteries surrounding Oumuamua's presence in our vast universe, which continues to astonish scientists and reveal new discoveries. Raising novel clarifications from the beginning, specialists recognized it quite well. It might be a comet, yet that accepted was immediately revealed exceptionally. The theory of it being a comet has, all things considered, returned. So what unequivocally is a comet? Comets are staggering, magnificent parts. They are essentially huge interstellar things produced from dust and ice that seek a circular path around the Sun. If you happen to sum them up, they are for the most part clear parts. It would, for certain, be that they're long streaming stories. These immense Voyagers are periodically considered relics from the beginning of our planetary system, remainders abandoned from the wild formation of the planets and stars billions of years ago. In a manner, they're like time holders of the universe, preserving a depiction of a period when the Sun, stars, and planetary bodies were still in their grandiose formation. At any rate, what do these comets look like? Envision them as monstrous stacks of dust and ice with a frozen center, suitably known as the nucleus. Comet nuclei measure around 10 meters in width, which is astoundingly significant, about the size of a small town. In any event, nuclei stay frozen until they experience the vicinity of our Sun. As they slant toward our star, the Sun's power changes the freezing center into gas, and this outgassing produces brilliant plains of gas and debris that trail behind the comet. The relationship between this gas and the following dust creates a voluminous, dim cloud around the nucleus, reasonably named the coma. You've likely seen imaginative portrayals of comets with their conspicuous tails. As a matter of fact, comets for the most part have two separate tails, the dust tail, which stretches out for countless miles and follows a wide, gently curving path behind the comet, while the ion tail consistently points directly away from the Sun. Earth has been visited by several comets. These magnificent guests give us important insights into their composition and structure, offering clues about the universe's activities. One such magnificent Voyager is Halley's Comet. This huge comet ranges around 5 miles in diameter and 16 million miles long. It follows a drawn-out elliptical orbit around the Sun approximately every 75 to 76 years. The last time we had the joy of seeing this grand marvel was in February 1986. However, this wasn't the first time Halley's Comet graced us with its presence. After its return in 1682, English astronomer Edmund Halley found that comets follow occasional patterns. He earnestly predicted its return in 1757, a gauge that strikingly worked out in 1992, and ultimately crashed into the gas giant in 1994. This colossal mishap was observed from Earth and even from the Galileo space probe. The impact was estimated to be equivalent to the explosion of 6 million megatons of TNT, a truly remarkable event. Then there's Comet Hyakutake, an impressive blue wanderer with a faint tail. This comet is notable for putting on perhaps one of the most spectacular comet displays in 20 years. In spring 1996, it passed within 9.3 million miles of Earth, marking the closest it had come to the Sun in nearly 9,000 years. This event was pivotal not only for its proximity but also for its ability to puzzle experts, as it traveled through interstellar space. Comet Hyakutake emitted X-rays at levels on various occasions more intense than expected. In 1996, the spacecraft unexpectedly wandered through the comet's tail. This serendipitous encounter revealed that this extraordinary marvel extended over a stunning 350 million miles, making it potentially one of the largest comets ever observed, just twice the length of any other known comet. These are a few remarkable examples in the unique catalog of comets. Various comets, such as Hale-Bopp, Comet Lee, and others, continue to intrigue us. Asylum Tuttle have extra made their etch in our extraordinary record. The interest encompassing Oumuamua has instigated a couple of researchers to reevaluate their initial thoughts on it. Jennifer Burt and Darrell Seligman have recently alluded to the probability that Oumuamua may be an interstellar comet. Their theory proposes that regardless of its explicit shape, reasonably little size, and clear flight plan, Oumuamua could indeed be a comet of interstellar origin. While most comets are wealthy in ice and contain abundant extensive water, gas, and dust while pushing toward the Sun, Oumuamua's indisputable perspective did not reveal the common cometary characteristics, which raised questions about its origins. Regardless, Bird, drawing from her extensive expertise in cool space objects, proposed an amazing clarification. She suggested that Oumuamua might have expelled hydrogen gas into space, giving it a curious speed increase. This whimsical procedure for headway can be ascribed to the radiation that permeates space. When this radiation assists the water ice on Oumuamua, it produces hydrogen, which becomes trapped under or inside the object's surface. When the sun's energy strikes Oumuamua, it sets off the release of this hydrogen gas, pushing the object with increased speed. While the hypothesis appears to be quite possibly one of the most conceivable explanations, its implications are the most captivating. Are you prepared to jump into the most inquisitive hypothesis on this flying object? Could Oumuamua be a piece of an exploded planet? Two astrophysicists at Arizona State University, Alan Jackson and Stephen Runn, have proposed one of the most widely recognized theories regarding the origin of Oumuamua. Their hypothesis, considered potentially one of the strongest explanations to date, suggests that this erratic, pancake-shaped object started from a far-off planet in another planetary system, a huge number of miles from our own. They recommended that a space rock crashed into that distant planet in the past, causing a segment to break free and set out on a perpetual journey through space. Cosmologists determined that this object did not originate from our solar system by precisely inspecting its trajectory when it was first detected in our planetary system on October 19, 2017. It was well on its way out of our solar system, wandering into the vast regions of space as part of its stunning journey through the universe. Oumuamua made a brief refueling stop near our Earth, acting as a core sample that illustrated the existence of different planetary systems beyond our own. Indeed, the real interest lies in the discovery that Jackson and Runn have not only pinpointed a potential origin for this unusual object but have also devised a viable method for concluding the possibility of the planet from which it came. In their examination, they derived that Oumuamua indeed originated from an exopluto. Now, what conclusively is an exopluto? You could consider, in direct terms, an exopluto to be an exoplanet that bears a striking similarity to Pluto, the dwarf planet in our solar system. By isolating the chemical composition and structure of Oumuamua, scientists found that the parent body from which this unusual object broke free, following a space rock impact, must have closely resembled Pluto. An interesting connection emerges when we look at NASA's New Horizons mission, which flew by Pluto and its moons on July 14, 2015. During its mission to focus on the small planet, it uncovered features like the Sputnik planum on Pluto's surface, which shows that these nearby bodies generally contain frozen nitrogen lakes. Nitrogen is hard to obtain on Earth, but was found on Pluto. Considering this discovery, researchers speculate that Oumuamua could be a piece of nitrogen ice ejected from a nitrogen-rich twin of Pluto in a distant solar system. This discovery is nothing short of shocking, as it derives the implications for our understanding of planetary formation and the nature of interstellar objects.